I make a film, I think about the past, because we are what we were. When I started making this film was about the building being occupied by homeless people, and the fact that the building was my father's, masterpiece made me feel like I wanted to find out more about my father inside the building as well. So I was trying to get inside the building to get to know my father and the people. But then I realized, that there was so much history around it, because, when the building was made was when Brazil was exporting architecture, and architecture was the first art that Brazil exported to the world. So I thought it was very important to, show the context and the time where that building was created, and it was a time of a lot of hope and optimism in Brazil. So it was a very different time than, when only a few years later we had the dictatorship, and then everything changed, and it changed for 21 years. So that's why I thought, it would be nice to tell the story of Brazil through the building. Well, I love Eduardo Coutinho. He was a friend of mine. We met in San Francisco, where I was living, when he went to show a film there. I like to talk to him about films because he had this thing about doing interviews. He was very happy when he was starting to make films with video cameras, because he said, I can just sit and talk to people for hours, and I love doing that, and because there's so much that happens when you have time. Well, my emotional connection with this building is very deep, because I lost my father when I was 14, so the first thing is I didn't even know it was his masterpiece. So when I found out it was occupied, and I started talking to a lot of people, doing a lot of interviews with his colleagues, and I understood the meaning of the building. And then I felt very proud. Everything was very special about the building. So the first emotion was I felt so proud, and I didn't know anything about that. So that was a very nice feeling in the beginning. And then I felt really sad when, the owner of the building who commissioned this building to my father to be made lost the building. And I was like, wow, things change fast. And that was because of the dictatorship in Brazil. Well, I was disappointed, to have the federal police there. I was I was outraged. I didn't like that image of having a repression, the repression inside the building, So it felt wrong, it felt bad. And then when I saw all the graffiti, I was so shocked and sad, because I said, wow, look what they did, how bad it looks. And, so it's just I was feeling sad. The film kind of follows a little bit my surprise and my shock to see the building, that stage, when I first encountered the building when I was making the film, which was totally full of graffiti, occupied. And then I realized, it is all that, but it's also a shelter. Why are they leaving this glass tower, That's not very, it's an office tower. There's only one bathroom in each floor. It's an open floor, right, plan. And I was just wow, how can they, make this a home, But I think when you don't have anything, any place can be your home, right? So that kind of made me feel a little more, it made me feel more in peace with it.